My dad called me the mistake we kept in front of 50-plus relatives at our family reunion. I silently cut off my entire family and vanished. 2 years later, they were desperate enough to hire a private investigator to track me down. My dad cleared his throat, clinking his fork against his champagne glass. 50 of our closest relatives went dead silent, turning their heads toward the head table. It was my parents' 30th wedding anniversary, a massive family reunion I had spent 3 months planning and thousands of dollars financing. I was standing right next to him, holding a custom engraved plaque I'd bought for them. "I want to thank everyone for coming." My dad boomed into the microphone, his face flushed from wine. He looked at me, his smile twisting into something sharp. "And a special thanks to my oldest Leo. You know, when your mother got pregnant with him, we thought our lives were ruined. We used to call him the mistake we kept. But look at him now, acting like the head of the house." A few uncles chuckled. Most of the room just stared, frozen in awkward silence. I looked at my mother. She was swirling her wine, looking away. I looked at my brother, who was smirking. The heat rushed to my face, but only for a second. Then a cold, absolute numbness washed over me. 26 years of being the afterthought, the scapegoat, the emotional punching bag. It all crystallized in that single moment. I didn't yell. I didn't throw a fit. I gently placed the expensive plaque on the table, smiled at my dad, and walked out of the venue. I went straight to my apartment. I packed 3 suitcases of my absolute essentials. By midnight, I had blocked every single family member on every platform. By morning, I had put in my 2 weeks notice at my job, having already secured a remote position months prior just in case. Within a week, I broke my lease, liquidated what I didn't need, and moved 3 states away to a city where nobody knew my name. I changed my phone number. I deleted my old social media accounts. I vanished. For 2 years, I breathed clean air for the first time in my life. I built a routine, excelled at my job, made real friends, and went to therapy. I forgot the sound of my father's condescending voice until yesterday. There was a knock on my door. A man in a sharp suit stood there, holding a manila folder. "Leo?" he asked. "Who's asking?" I replied, my chest tightening. "My name is Marcus. I'm a private investigator. Your parents hired me to find you." I almost laughed. "Tell them you couldn't find me. I already clocked my hours." "Leo, I don't care what you do," Marcus said, his tone surprisingly sympathetic. "But your mother paid me a lot of money to give you this if I found you." He handed me a handwritten letter. Out of pure curiosity, I opened it after he left. It wasn't an apology. It was a desperate panic plea. As it turned out, my father's prestigious accounting firm had been hit with a massive audit 6 months ago. He had been embezzling, and his partner had cleaned him out and fled the country. They were facing bankruptcy, foreclosure, and total social ruin. But the real kicker? The family home, the cabin, and my dad's primary business assets weren't in his name. To avoid taxes a decade ago, he had put them into a blind trust under my name, assuming his obedient mistake of a son would always sign whatever he put in front of him. Because I had vanished, they couldn't liquidate, refinance, or touch a single dime of those assets without my signature. They were drowning in debt while sitting on a gold mine they couldn't touch. My mother's letter read, "Leo, please. We are losing everything. Your father is sick with stress. We know we hurt you, but we are family. You have to come home and sign the release papers. Don't ruin us." I sat on my couch, holding the paper, and a slow smile crept onto my face. I didn't call them. Instead, I called a local real estate attorney. This morning, my parents received a legal notice. As the sole legal owner of the trust, I am liquidating the family home and the cabin. I am selling them to an investment firm. They have 30 days to evict the premises. My dad wanted everyone to know I was a mistake. Now he's going to learn exactly how expensive that mistake was.